looking back on it, some things that I admire about people in Argentina. Um, One, they seem to be very kind of more oriented towards friends and family, maybe than in the United States. Maybe not quite as much of an individualistic culture. I really like that. Just kind of that close bond. Also, they're kind of a closer people, affectionate with affection. So, for example, guys give guys air kisses. Usually air kisses. Usually not to the cheek kisses, but I once had this big guy with a big beard who gave me a big wet kiss on my cheek, and that was a little interesting. But it's just part of the culture, and it is fun. Um, Usually, it's kind of like you put your cheeks together and you kiss the air, and make a noise. You don't do it to the girls if you're an elder, but you can do it to the other guys. You give like hugs and these air kisses. Anyway, I kind of admire that. Like, I think it's a good thing to be close and friendly with people, and I think they're very good at that. That guy who gave me that kiss, I was on exchanges, and I just like shared my testimony. It was the first time I ever met him. Anyway, they can be really friendly. Along the same lines, they are free with their substance, kind of like it talks about in the scriptures. Like, I think because they have less physical like money than some parts of the world, some of them, or maybe it's just less materialistic. I'm not really sure, but some of the people, especially those who didn't have a lot of money, would be very giving with what they had. It's wonderful. Like, especially with food, with us missionaries, they really treated us very nicely. And they would just give us the best, that they had to offer, and it was so yummy. That was another thing I admired about them. I guess another thing, kind of along the same lines as the other two, their contentment with living more simply, like not having a car. For example, there'd be some cities you might serve in where, the majority of people wouldn't own a car. Some would have a little scooter that they would pile, a few kids on and their wife, and they'd, go places, scoot places on there, or have a bike, or just take the bus. But I kind of like that simplicity of life, just being content with not having all the luxuries in the world, like being content with a dirt floor. I don't know many people in America that would be content with a dirt floor, but I think it's a very good thing to be. Just be easy to please, and life doesn't have to be as complicated as we make it sometimes. And I think some of those principles I took home with me after my mission, and I realized, it's most things really aren't needs. Needs is like food, shelter, clothing. That's like a physical need, and then there's some spiritual and social needs and whatnot. But it's pretty basic, and we can live really frugally. So anyway, I know I love lots of things about Argentines. Those are just a few that come to mind, though.